We'll start with Jim Hale and then Todd Graffinini.
Coach, so many good things to talk about tonight. Let's start with your defense. You held the best three-point percentage team to just 31% tonight and Paul George to single digits. How did you accomplish that?
You know, I say the same thing every time. Our defense has gotten better. Our guys are playing harder. They're trusting each other a little bit more. But it's always a combination, right? It always is. You play better, and then they've got to miss shots. And they had some really makeable threes and missed them, particularly in the first half. And it allowed us to get out in front. So it's always both. But I thought our guys were into Paul George. I thought, Lonzo and Najee did a good job getting into him, didn't give him anything easy. I thought our bigs did a good job of being up on pick and rolls, not letting him come off and shoot the ball. So yeah, I thought the defense was good, and we were fortunate. So that's usually what happens. I'll take it.
Absolutely. Billy Hernangomez in your starting lineup, he just always seems ready when his number is called. It's so much fun to see the good guy have so much success. How would you describe his contribution tonight?
Well, he was tremendous, and he has done a great job of staying ready. But I think that's been one of the really good things with our team. I give the players a lot of credit, whether it's Billy, whether it's Najee Marshall, who didn't play for most of the year and then had to be ready, whether it's, Jackson Hayes had times where he didn't play, whether it's Wenyen Gabriel, who I thought was outstanding tonight in his minutes. Guys stay ready, so I give them a lot of credit. I also give our coaches a lot of credit. I mean, they're out there with those guys every day, playing before games, playing in the practice gym, working to keep those guys ready. Teresa Weatherspoon, Rex Walters, Beno Udrih, Corey Brewer, Darnell Lazar, those guys they're with those guys every day, not only coaching them, but encouraging them and everything else. And with their work and the players' work ethic, guys have stayed ready. We really haven't had to call on somebody this year and they weren't ready to play. So that's been a really, really good thing. And Billy's obviously been one that has stood out in that regard today after the game. Everybody was really happy for Wenyen because this was his first real, shot in an important game, and he came up big. So, yeah, I'm really, really happy for those players and really happy with our coaching staff keeping guys ready.
Coach, I want to go back to the defense again. And you said that, the Clippers missed some shots in the first half, and they did, but you did force 20 turnovers. You had 13 steals. There were deflections all over the place. It just seemed your guys were a step ahead as far as anticipation.
Yeah, there's no question. We've been much more active defensively. We talked about it yesterday in the sense, coming off that tough loss with San Antonio, we talked about how much we gave them the numbers, how much our defense has improved. And, we've got to start taking care of the ball and things like that, because our defense has improved enough to be a good team. This team, the record hasn't showed it. I get that. I'll take ownership of that, but this team's gotten a lot better, even through the injuries we've had. We've become a pretty good basketball team and a pretty consistent team in terms of how we show up and play every night. I mean, you notice even the good teams, right? I mean, there's blowouts here and there. Like, we've been pretty consistent showing up and competing every night. This is a good group to coach.
There was a point in the second quarter where the Clippers got it down to 6. They were on a 16-6 run, and then your team showed a lot of poise and then ended the quarter on a 7-0 run. That really might have been the difference in the game where they didn't allow the Clippers to really get into it.
No, I agree, Graf. I mean, that would have, they made their run, momentum was going their way, and then to take that lead back up at the half, it's just a different feel. And look, I'm fully aware they didn't have Kawhi Leonard, but over this 8-game stretch of which, going into today, over which Kawhi missed 7 of those games, they were still the number 4 offense in the league in that stretch and the number 1 3-point shooting team in the league in that stretch, and they were 6-1 in the games Kawhi had missed. So this team, as we played it, has been playing great. Obviously, Kawhi's a different story, but we're not whole either. So that's just the way this season has been. You know, you don't see very many games where both teams are whole.
And Bled had 18, only one of his field goals was a three, got to the free throw line 7 times. What do you think about the way he attacked the basket in this game?
Yeah, I just told him afterwards, Christian, like, I thought he was really, really aggressive, and I really liked that. You know, cuts, drives, I thought he was really aggressive attacking, and I thought that helped us a great deal. You know, their entire, as with most people, their entire game plan was Zion and Brandon. And these other guys have to take advantage, and he really did.
Yes, Dan, it seems like after every tough loss you guys have gone through this year, you made a point of saying, hey, I don't expect our guys to get down. I don't expect our guys to, give up or anything like that. What is it about this group that's allowed them to bounce back the way they have, after these tough losses?
I mean, I just think it's a sign of their character, Will. I mean, this is a high-character group that's been really resilient. I mean, we've been through a really tough few weeks here. I mean, you guys have watched them all. I mean, the 2 New York games, the Washington game, the Brooklyn game, the San Antonio game, where you're right there and playing well, and you're coming away with nothing, no reward for that or anything else. That's when you worry about teams. Are they just going to give in at some point? And we haven't. I mean, so I give this group a lot of credit. I mean, I'm proud of the way they come out and approach it from night to night, and they keep working to get better. And we were talking in the fourth quarter tonight, and we were talking about closing out the game, and I'm looking around, and I've got nobody over 23 sitting in the huddle when I'm talking about being a solid team and closing out the game. I'm like, wow, okay. This isn't like, I said, a veteran, and I was kidding them at the end of the timeout. I said, a veteran group like this should be able to close this out. And it's been a great group, though, to coach. And I just hope, for my sake, obviously, I'm not saying I don't care. For my sake, too, I want to win. But for theirs, I mean, they deserve to have some success because they're going about it the right way.
Staying on that note, I mean, does it kind of make you optimistic for as you go forward with this? Like, I know it's been a rough couple of weeks and the season's not over, etc. But like, does it leave you with a little bit of a sense of optimism that maybe a lot of people probably don't have right now?
I just, you know what, I have a confidence that our group will come ready to play. They'll prepare themselves to play, and they'll go out and play. So yeah, I mean, I think things. I'm looking forward to these next little less than 3 weeks going forward to see what we can do. Now it's, we know it's 8 out of 11 on the road, so not going to be easy. But I'm looking forward to it because to see what our group can do over these last 20 days here.
Thank you, Coach.
All right.
All right, Christian, you can start it off.
As in, all 5 of you starters were in double figures tonight. What do you feel like just worked as a unit collectively tonight?
Yeah, we were very unselfish tonight. The ball got a lot of movement. We had a lot of great cuts off the ball. A lot of people created with or without the ball. So I think ultimately the ball movement and a collective group on defense just got us a W.
Yes, Stan mentioned, even after a tough loss like that San Antonio game, he's mentioned a couple times this year that he's never been worried about you guys coming in with the right approach that next game or keeping your head up. I guess, what is it about this group that allows you all to kind of stay together even after some of those tough losses?
Because nobody likes to lose. Like, nobody wants to come into work and just, all right, we lost the day before, like, so let's just lose again. Nobody wants to do that. Everybody wants to win. So I think we all, in this locker room, we all share that common goal, the same feeling. So when we come in the next day, even if we have a tough loss, we're like, it's a new day, new game. Let's get the W.
Yeah, and kind of in that same vein, I mean, Stan said that the defense today is better than it was at the beginning of the season? And where do you think you guys are on that end, compared to kind of day one this season?
I think I would have to go back. I can't give you my personal opinion yet. I think I have to go back and watch it. But I think today we were very focused. I can say that because that's what I know. Today we were very focused on defense with the small reads and stuff like that. And we were a collective group with it. And like I said, it allowed us to get the W.
Yeah, what do you think about job Billy did stepping into the starting lineup, kind of making plays on both ends for you guys?
Can you repeat that? Who?
Billy, the way Billy.
If you know Billy as a person, whether Billy plays or not, Billy's always a positive, energetic guy, and he's just a great dude to be around. So when we said that Billy was gonna be in the starting lineup, nobody had no worries about Billy. We knew he was gonna come in and do his thing.
And last thing I got for you is Bled got the free throw line 7 times tonight. A lot of his shots were right at the rim. Just how does it help you guys offensively when he is attacking and getting into the paint like that?
It helps a lot offensively because then the defense will have to second guess on whether they want to make the reach or just kind of let the man go to the basket, and it opens up. It gives the shooters a lot more space because they want to close in. So whenever you can get to the free throw line a lot, it really helps.
Crazy, it's Brett here with AP. Sometimes closing out has been an issue for this team, but it looked to me like they very briefly, the Clippers got within 9 points, and then you started pulling back away again and really completely dominated the second half. What did you just make of the way the team handled putting them away, and how are you feeling offensively? I mean, the team shot over 50% from 3 and from the floor. It seemed like everything was working on that end.
Well, the first part of your question, I think when we talk about the closing games out, I don't think we're talking so much the third and like early fourth. I think we're talking like kind of final 5 to 6 minutes of the game, because when it's down in the wire, I think that's what we mean when we talk about closing games out. And the second part of your question, like I said, we had a lot of ball movement, people moving without the ball, and keeps the defense moving. They can't stay still, so you create a lot of great offense for us.
Thanks, Z. We're all set.
No problem. You guys have a good night.
Well, it's a part of us being resilient. I think tonight we had a sense of urgency, and we followed the game plan tonight. We knew we did some good stuff in the last game where we faced them, and we just went out there and tried to emulate what we did in that game, and that was us running the basketball, playing the best offense on our side, and on the defensive end, just getting stops and rebounding the basketball, and it helps get out in transition. Could you say that one more time? Well, we have a group of really, really good guys, and fortunately we're young, and we have the legs and the ability to come in every single day and do the job. On the court, just having a feel for each other and knowing the goal of everybody, and that's to win basketball games. So we come back to try to respond if we have a bad night, and just continue to try to push wins. Offensively tonight, everybody was clicking. One through whoever played tonight. Everybody had a sense of urgency to them tonight, and had a step to them tonight. And usually when Lonzo's pretty good for our team, everybody's pretty good because he runs the team when he's at the point guard. Zion, Billy, Najee, Wayne, Gabriel, everybody, Eric Bledsoe contributed to this win on the offense and defensive side.
Pretty sure Billy's standing right there. You want to pick him up for the night he had it all and what he was up to start on up?
Could you say that one more time?
I said, what did you think about Billy's night and the way he played in the starting lineup?
He missed a few passes. You know, it's been the same story every single time. He stays ready to come in the game and do something on the offensive and defensive sides. And he does something to affect the game every single time that he comes in. So he stayed ready and he got his shot tonight. And he was definitely ready for it and he showed it tonight.
Thanks, Brennan. All set.
Thank you.
Let's get hands up for Billy, everybody.
Billy, this is not so much just like this game, but the one thing everybody says about you is you're a very positive person. Where do you feel like the positivity comes from for you?
I mean, I don't know. Just I think I come from my family. The way my parents teach me since I was young. I think my brother and my sister, we got the same energy, the same attitude. So just trying to enjoy every day, to have fun out there, to playing the game of basketball, and when opportunities is there, just try to play hard.
Yeah, Billy, you played on a few different teams throughout your career. How would you assess this locker room and the way y'all handle, losses like San Antonio or the Knicks game and are able to bounce back?
I mean, I think one of the good things about playing in this league is that we have too many games, right? And after great wins like today or tough losses like we had in the last week, you always gotta keep focusing on the next one, And now with this situation, the COVID, you got too many games on 2 days, so you gotta be focused on what you can do better, what you can improve. You don't have too much time to practice. You're gonna be always in film session on stuff like that. So just try to be ready. Just try to learn about those mistakes that we'll be making, and I keep getting better, and helping each other to get better too.
Billy, I know we talked about rebounding a lot earlier in the season, but what do you think of the way you guys rebounded tonight? It seemed like you guys were really relentless, and right off the bat in the first few minutes of the game, you guys did a really good job on the boards.
I mean, it's one of our focuses, right? Today, even with Steven out, we gotta emphasize on that rebound, especially with guys like Suba, Cousins, Morris, PG. He was about to go in there, so I think not just the big guys. I think Villa did a great job helping me and helping the guys rebound. Alonso, Wengel, everybody was locking on defense and grabbing rebounds so we can run and play with pace. And I think it's been our key all year, try to dominate the rebound game.
Zion and Villa, it seems like they're able to get their 25 30 every night. How does it help you guys offensively when Lonzo and Bled are being aggressive like they were tonight?
I think it's the best way for us to play, with pace, having those two guys being aggressive, going to the basket, make plays for each other. Even for Zion, it will be easy, because his guys had to help sometimes. So it's been great. I think Bled and So, they played a tremendous game today, defensively first of all, and then offensively. Just make the right choice, the right passes. So I think it was fun. Everybody had fun today, and great game. Like I said before, we have another game in 2 days. We gotta be focused on our mistakes that we did today, get better, and be ready for Denver.
And just real quickly, I mean, when you say pace, what allowed I guess you guys to get into that rhythm or that flow and play at that pace?
I think for us it's having us five. First of all, getting a stop. When we get in a stop, everybody's feeling way better. We have the rebound and just find the guy who's going to be open to push the ball. Even if you're going to see, it's going to be So, Bled, Kyra. That's the way we like to play with pace, share the ball against each other. We've got some lobs for Jackson today. So it's the way we have fun. It's the way we play the best, and we got to keep doing that much.
Thank you, Billy.
Thank you. Thank you so much.